The user never sends a password, never reveals an MFA code, and never visits a fake login page. They open a real identity provider page, enter a short device code supplied by someone else, and complete authentication. The attacker's waiting device receives the authorized cloud session. That is device code phishing. In this CipherVibe lesson, we will trace a harmless local simulation across a requesting device and an approving device. We will identify the social engineering clues, correlate synthetic sign-in events, revoke the simulated session, and replay the flow through a restrictive policy. Nothing connects to a real provider. OAuth device authorization was designed for connected devices that lack a suitable browser or usable keyboard, such as displays, consoles, and printers. The device shows a verification location and short user code. The person uses a second device to authenticate and decide whether the original device should receive access. The security boundary is easy to miss. The device requesting authorization is not the browser where the person signs in. Authentication can be completely genuine while the requesting client belongs to someone else. The code is not a password. It links the user's approval to the waiting device. A lore may describe the string as a meeting PIN, document access code, support verification, or invitation confirmation. The victim is directed to a legitimate device sign-in page. The real warning is behavioral. Another person initiated the flow and is asking the user to approve a device they cannot see or verify. Our lab uses Morgan, a fictional client called Atlas Display, and local-only hosts ending in demo.local. The displayed code is a non-usable placeholder. Buttons change a JavaScript state record from pending to approved or blocked. There are no app registrations, endpoints, secrets, tokens, accounts, or network calls. In the safe baseline, Morgan deliberately starts sign-in on a conference room display that is physically present. The approving screen identifies the Atlas Display client and explains the requested access. The user can compare the device, location, purpose, and timing before choosing allow or deny. In the suspicious replay, the requester card sits on the other side of the simulation. Morgan did not start it, cannot see the device, and received the placeholder code in an unsolicited message. The identity page is still marked legitimate. What changed is the origin and ownership of the client waiting for approval. The practical user rule is simple. Do not enter a device code delivered by email, chat, text, phone, or an unexpected website. Only continue when you personally initiated sign-in on a device you recognize, the approving screen names the expected client, and the requested purpose makes sense. When the local allow button is selected, the state record captures the fictional user, client, requesting device identifier, approving device identifier, protocol label, time, source channel, and decision. A separate Boolean marks the simulated session active. No access token, refresh token, cookie, or reusable value ever exists. Defenders should filter sign-in telemetry for device code flow and baseline its legitimate use. Investigate first-seen clients, unusual resources, unmanaged requester devices, implausible distance between request and approval, unfamiliar networks, risky users, and activity inconsistent with the person's role. The protocol label is a starting point, not a verdict. Correlate the device code event with subsequent cloud activity. Look for unusual message searches, downloads, forwarding or inbox rules, collaboration outreach, privilege changes, and unexpected device registration. A compromised session may be used to contact more users from the trusted account, so expand the investigation beyond the initial sign-in. When compromise is confirmed, follow the provider's incident response guidance to revoke active sessions and refresh capability, contain the user, and review unauthorized devices, applications, mailbox rules, and changes. Preserve sign-in and audit evidence. A password reset by itself may not immediately remove every token-backed session or persistence mechanism. Microsoft recommends allowing device code flow only where necessary and blocking it wherever possible. If a legitimate dependency exists, scope the exception narrowly by users, resources, device conditions, and trusted locations supported by the platform. Give every exception an owner, purpose, review date, and removal plan. Before broad enforcement, inspect sign-in logs for authentication protocol equal to device code and identify the clients, users, resources, and locations involved. Test the policy in report-only mode where available, resolve necessary exceptions, communicate the change, then enforce in stages with rollback criteria and monitoring. We replay the suspicious local event with policy enabled. The protocol is device code, the client is not in the approved inventory, the requester is unmanaged, and no business exception exists. The state changes from pending to blocked. A review event is created, and the simulated session remains inactive. Providers and application teams should make the approving experience explicit, identify the client, explain that another device is requesting access, show useful device context when available, and preserve a clear choice to deny. Users should understand that entering the code is authorizing a separate client, not merely proving their identity. Run a safe tabletop with placeholder codes and no provider connection. Confirm that users report unexpected device code requests. Analysts can find the protocol in sign-in logs. Responders can identify downstream activity. Session revocation meets the objective, and legitimate exceptions remain narrow, documented, and observable. Remember the reveal. The attacker does not need your password if you authorize their waiting client. Never enter a device code someone sends you. For defenders, inventory legitimate use. Block the protocol where it is unnecessary, monitor approved exceptions, and rehearse session containment. The full checklist is available on CipherVibe.